The dating app and startup, I suppose, beyond the startup stage by far now, and also not just a dating app, the connection company, shall we say, Bumble filing its S1 here, seeking to list as a public company on the Nasdaq here. And Akiko, just some numbers to run through on their S1. Bumble reporting third quarter 2020 monthly active users at 42 million. That total there also seeing September 2020 year-to-date paying users at 2.4 million. When we think about the size and scope of this and the reaction in the dating giant community here, Match Group shares moving higher on the news here as well. But interesting, because this is going to be one of those closely watched, shall we say, IPOs in a year that's been already a hot start to the public market.
Yeah, no question about that. Of course, Zach, I always defer to you on any intel on some of these dating apps as somebody who is no longer in the market. But it is a very competitive space. You're pretty active. How do you think Bumble sort of positions itself among the other dating apps?
I don't know how active I am these days anymore, Akiko. But yes, I mean, when we think about this coming out now, obviously Hinge, a company in Match Group's portfolio of dating apps, Bumble has gone a different way in really building out not just the dating part of Bumble, but also the BFFs as well as the business connections here. So that's why I kind of stress not just a dating company, but also just largely a connections company here operating in more than 150 countries. As we dig through more on this S1, I think it's going to be interesting to kind of tease out some of the issues that investors might have here when it comes to profitability and the question of how many people are paying. Obviously, Bumble makes its name, and let's not forget, kind of known as that dating app where women make the first move, at least on the dating side. That's really what stood them apart from the Hinges and the Tinders of the world. But a lot to dig into on this S1 here, of course, just coming out a short moment ago here. A very interesting story that I, as senior dating correspondent, Akiko, will dig more into as we approach that listing.